Canelo's been cherry-picking in his last couple of fights. With the exception of Dimitri Bivol, he hasn't really been giving us the fights we want to see. And with the exception of Dimitri Bivol, as I said, but most recently he just fought Jermell Charlo. And on paper, that looks like a really good fighter, which he is. And you might look at that in the future and say, well, he fought Jermell Charlo. That's a good fighter right there. But what you might forget is Jermell Charlo had to jump up 2 weight classes. And to be honest, it didn't really look like Jermell Charlo performed well in that fight, you know. I don't know if it was the weight classes that affected him. The power was too much from Canelo. Or maybe he just came in for a payday. But that was an extremely boring fight. And I really did not like that fight at all. Very disappointing fight. But when it comes down to it, the only guy Canelo Alvarez should be fighting is the Mexican monster, David Benavidez. And if he's not going to fight him, then I don't know what to tell you.
Rabbit season! I say it's duck season, and I say fire!
Man, maybe it's time to retire. It's time to do something else. If you're at the top of your game, because a lot of people think I'm a hater of Canelo, but I really love Canelo's style. I think he's a hell of a fighter. I love his style. He has power. He's slick. He's a smart fighter. But if you're not going to use all your abilities, because you're a top-level boxer, if you're not going to fight other top-level boxers, what are you doing? You're wasting everybody's time, and it's kind of annoying. And you won't believe who he's fighting now. Well, you do believe it because it's happening. Edgar Berlanga.
Who the fuck is that guy?
I mean, come on, man. What is that? That's actually a joke. How did, out of all people, Edgar Berlanga deserve this fight? It truthfully does not make sense to me. And quite frankly, it's really annoying. Edgar Berlanga, I absolutely give him no chance. And that's no disrespect to Edgar Berlanga. But Edgar Berlanga, if you don't know him, he went on like a crazy first-round knockout streak, which is cool, but once you start fighting higher competition, it's obviously not going to happen. So you're going to get tested. Do you only have gas tank in the early rounds? Can you outbox somebody for 12 rounds straight? Or do you have just insane power and good timing on these lower class fighters that you can land big knockout shots in the first round on? And recently in his fights, he's looked terrible, Edgar Berlanga. I've watched a few of his fights nowadays, and I'm extremely unimpressed with him. But Berlanga is mad that people are doubting him, and he posted this video.
Well, y'all haters, man. Y'all gonna eat y'all words. And don't sleep on me, because y'all gonna be sleeping for a very long time, man. Knockout season, fireworks. You know how we coming? Big New York.
Not gonna lie to you guys, at first I didn't believe in Berlanga at all. But after seeing that video, and, you know, his passion and his grit and how much he really wants it, I actually believe in him even less than I did before. Because it still doesn't matter. It's a terrible matchup. Canelo is an extremely experienced boxer. He's been in pro since he was like 15. He's fought against guys like Mayweather, Bivol, Erislandy Lara. He has a resume of fighters who taught him some lessons and who he beaten. And he's just a seasoned vet. So it's time for a seasoned vet who's not even that old to fight one of these young killers like David Benavidez. That's what we want to see. Is it time to pass the torch? Is he still the #1 at boxing? Or is Benavidez the best right now in that weight class, that weight area? But even if Benavidez doesn't get that fight, I'm not worried because, dude, imagine a Benavidez versus Better BF matchup. Oh, man, that would be insane. Or Bivol, either one, that would be insane. But yeah, you know, I'm quite feeling, when are we gonna let Canelo stop doing this?
You can't keep getting away with it! You can't keep getting away with it!
When are his fans gonna stop and just say, like, man, you're not giving us the fights we want to see. He's not giving us the fights we want to see. And I'm tired of people just letting this slide. This is why the UFC is sometimes more entertaining. Because the matchups are always there. The best are always fighting the best. The people who deserve the title shot get the title shot. And, you know, the best are just fighting the best. It's simple as that. There's no ducking. These champions aren't fighting the freaking unranked people. They're fighting the #1 contenders, the top 5 contenders. That's who they're fighting. And Canelo, he's not fighting anybody right now. So you got 2 options. You got the UFC card going on the same day. That's in Vegas. The 306 Sean O'Malley card. Or you got Canelo Alvarez. And UFC, they're fighting best for the best fighters. Canelo, he'll knock the guy out for you guys. But it's not going to be competitive at all. So that's the biggest problem with boxing. We've seen guys do this before. But then I've never seen anybody cherry pick at this rate, like how Canelo is doing it. Like, there's no excuse for this fight. I can't keep defending this man. Never did. But, you know, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. JBJ the Great, and I'm checking out, man.